Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Carmen and I'm so happy to have you here. Today I'm going to be chatting with you guys all about my upcoming freshman year in college. I have goals for myself to make a lot of college content for you guys, and I feel like to do that, you guys need to know the who, what, when, where, and why of everything about my college experience. Let's get into it. Okay, there is definitely a fly flying around, so if you see it, please just don't mind it. I've been trying to kill it for like the past day. If you guys couldn't tell by my shirt already, I am going to the University of Iowa this fall, and I'm going to be majoring in human physiology on a pre-dental track. Most people who go into a college already kind of have an idea of what they're doing. Not everyone. Some people are an undecided major. I personally do have a goal for myself. I've been wanting to go to dental school for a while now, but there's nothing to say that that can't or won't change. That's just my plan at the moment. I have a feeling it won't, just because I'm really excited for dental school, but truly you never know. I'm gonna do a quick overview of all of my high school stats. By the time I graduated, my GPA was a 4.2021. I was ranked 7th in my class. I was involved in honors and AP classes. I took 8 total AP classes and I got a 4 or 5 on all of those. So that means that all of those classes will transfer to Iowa for credit. I was involved in fall and winter cheerleading, tennis my senior year, band throughout all high school, choir for 2 years, National Honor Society. Yeah, I think that's it. I graduated with highest honors, my seal of biliteracy in Spanish, my National Honor Society cord. So yeah, that was kind of a brief overview. What are the other schools that I considered? Honestly, the college application process for me was low-key kind of difficult. It was just really stressful on myself. I overthought a lot. I applied to Iowa State and Iowa, 2 of Iowa's state schools, very early on, like early fall of 2024. Got into those and I applied to like 3 or 4 other schools. For the longest time, I was convinced that I was going to go to the University of St. Thomas around the Twin Cities area in Minnesota. They had a cheer team that I was really interested in, and they seemed like they were also interested in me, which made me super excited. They had a good school with a pre-dental program. It just seemed like everything was falling into place until I found out that for cheer, which in my head it falls into the college sport category, I was not going to get any scholarships. Instead, I had to pay the program a little bit of money to be in it, which surprised me a little bit. It does make sense because it is a D1 private school, keyword not private, so the cheerleading doesn't have as big of a funding system as, say, some of the bigger public schools would have. But I was hoping to get scholarships through the cheer program, aside from also academically, because the tuition for private schools is quite expensive, and that's not really a secret. So I was looking to pay around $50,000 a year after a merit scholarship, but before any other scholarship. So it probably could have been lower, but just seeing how expensive that was going to be put stress on myself, because not only was I going to be doing a 4-year bachelor program, I also was going to 4 years of dental school, and then from there I was probably going to specialize even further for 2 or 3 more years, and that was just more debt that I can handle in my head. So around last Christmas time, I was really weighing my pros and cons between the University of Iowa and St. Thomas, because University of Iowa is close to home and I really value family. My tuition was going to be significantly cheaper. They have a great pre-dental program and a great school in general, and I knew people that were going to be going there, specifically my cousin Valerie. So after weighing pros and cons, I did decide on the University of Iowa because it made the most sense financially, academically because they have a dental school, whereas St. Thomas does not, and also locationally as well because, like I said, I really value my family and want to be able to see them. But what does that mean for cheerleading? If you guys have been watching my channel, I really was pushing to become a college cheerleader. I joined the NCSA website, which is a recruiting website where colleges can look at your profile and recruit you. I went to 2 different combines where colleges from all different states come and look at you, tumble and stunt and jump and cheer and everything to try and recruit you as well. I went to camps, clinics. I was really pushing to become a cheerleader because I love cheering, but unfortunately, because I picked the University of Iowa for all those reasons I had mentioned before, I did have to kind of grapple with the fact that I would be letting go of that goal of mine. The University of Iowa's cheer team is a co-ed system, which is not what I am trained in. I'm trained to be a bass, and yes, I can tumble, but I'm not anything super special, if that makes any sense. So I will not be cheering at the collegiate level, but I've been able to accept that and be happy with it. If it comes to the point where I do want to continue cheer, the University of Iowa has a cheer club that doesn't cheer for the collegiate sports teams. They would cheer for the intramural teams, so I could continue cheerleading there if I would like to. Haven't fully decided though. Did I always want to go to the University of Iowa? If I haven't made it clear, no. I actually grew up in a household that was kind of against University of Iowa. Both my parents went to Iowa State for their bachelor's degree, so my family has always been a Cyclone family. They are rival schools. So I did apply to them because for my track that I want to go on out of Iowa State and Iowa, that's the better school for that path, but it definitely was not my first choice. But after doing more research and going on a college visit, my eyes definitely were open to the potential that the University of Iowa could have for me, and in the end it just made the most sense. Okay, let's talk about housing. So like I said before, my cousin Valerie, she is also going to the University of Iowa, and before I had even decided on the University of Iowa, we had a conversation and we were like, if I do decide to go there, like, let's room together. And I'll be honest with you, that is one of the reasons I did decide to go there, was because I was so excited to room with her, because that is something that I always dreamed about as a kid, like growing up together, and it just seemed like it was becoming a reality. So we knew that we wanted to room together, so my roommate was kind of set in place. All that was left was picking the dorm that we were going to be rooming in. Iowa's housing application system isn't confusing, but it's kind of intricate, I will say. Let's just say the order that you pick your dorm in goes kind of in the order that you commit to the University of Iowa, I believe. I still don't know 100%. We were in the first group, so we thought that that was good, but it ended up not being good enough, because by the time it was our turn to pick which residence hall that we were going to be staying in, all of the double rooms were completely taken, which was a blow. It definitely threw a curveball at us, so we ended up picking a triple in the residence hall called Stanley, and a little bit later someone joined our room. Her name's Sammy. She seems super nice. I'm really excited to meet her. I haven't met her in person yet, but we've talked over the phone a little bit. But I feel like I'm gonna be getting kind of both the college experiences. I feel like you either room with someone you know or you room with a complete stranger, so I'm getting both of those. Full college experience though, you know what I mean? So yes, I will have myself 2 roommates in Stanley Residence Hall. Okay, let's talk about dining. At the same time that you pick your residence hall, you also choose your meal plan system, and I believe there are 4 different ones. I personally picked one that's called the Weekly 14. Essentially, you get 14 meal swipes a week, meaning it averages out to about 2 meals a day, which is okay with me because I'm not a huge breakfast person. And then you also get $350 worth of dining dollars per semester, and then free guest meals per semester as well. So like if your family members come and visit you, you can bring them to the residence hall, up to 5 meals, and they get to eat there. What clubs and organizations am I looking to join? Like I said, the cheer club is definitely on my radar. I don't know for sure if that's something I want to continue yet or not, or if I want to try something new. Other than that, sports-wise, the pickleball club and the tennis club are definitely of interest to me as well. Aside from that, I definitely want to join the pre-dental club, a Catholic student organization, and then some sort of volunteering program, whether that be the University of Iowa Dance Marathon. Dance Marathon is super cool because they raise a ton of money for the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. There's also an organization where they spend breaks, like spring break, winter break, traveling to different states in the United States to do a service project. That's definitely on my radar as well. I'm also considering looking into study abroad options as well. Definitely a more expensive option, but it sounds like so much fun and I love traveling, so we shall see. My first semester classes and the schedule building process. I personally didn't realize this, so maybe this can be a piece of information for you guys as well, but I did not realize that when you get to college you make your own schedule. It was low-key a little overwhelming, I won't lie, because you genuinely pick what classes you want to take, pick what time you want to take them. You do it all yourself, and that's so different because in high school your counselors do that for you. At least that's what my experience was. So my first semester of college, I will be taking 4 different classes. Like, 5. Whoa. I'm taking Principles of Chemistry, Rhetoric, Writing, and Communication, Introduction to Health Professions, and Social and Psych Determinants of Health. Okay, so that's 4 classes. I'm taking 4 classes. Principles of Chemistry and Rhetoric, those are 2 gen eds that I have to take care of. And then Introduction to Health Professions, that's an online asynchronous. That's definitely not a word, but that's an online class. And then I had to rearrange my schedule a little bit after AP scores came out. So I was looking to take some sort of gen ed. Literally all of them were taken. So I'm taking another elective. It's called Social and Psych Determinants of Health. Sounds like super fun classes. We shall find out. But my schedule looks a little weird. I'll pull a picture of my schedule. I literally have Monday, Wednesdays, I have 3 of those classes. And then Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I have 1 class each of those days. And then I also have to take care of that online class as well. So a little funky and way different from high school. Let's just say that. How do I feel about college? Essentially, I'm both nervous and excited, I would say equally. I'm really excited to live with other people my age and be on my own, make decisions for myself, be around people that are my age literally 24/7, make a whole bunch of new friends, join clubs and organizations, try new things. Like all those things I'm super excited for, but all those things definitely come with a little nervousness for myself. The two biggest ones are, one, moving away from my family. I love my family and I really don't want to say goodbye to them. And then two, I'm definitely afraid of the freshman 15. I hear everybody talking about it all the time. And I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's basically like this saying that freshman year you gain like 15 pounds. And I don't know why I'm so afraid of it, but I am. So, you know, you also are stepping into an atmosphere where you don't know. Basically everybody goes there. I'm definitely a social person, but it takes me a minute to get used to people and be comfortable with like having an open conversation to them. So long story short, I'm nervous and excited. What was the hardest part of the college decision process? For me, it was definitely making a decision because there are definitely so many options out there for college. Are you gonna do public or private? Are you gonna go far away or stay close to home? Do you wanna go where you know people? Do you not care about knowing anybody there? Are you okay with a high tuition? Do you want a lower tuition? There are just so many things to consider, and that overwhelmed me a lot, to the point where I tried not to even think about college because it stressed me out so much. My parents were definitely a huge support system for me and kind of helping me to realize what I truly already knew inside my heart. I knew that going to St. Thomas or another school for cheerleading was going to be so much fun, but if I was going to be far away from home and the tuition was going to be super expensive, I knew in my heart that I was not going to be the happiest I could be, and it was going to create unnecessary stress that didn't need to be there. That was the hardest thing for me, just trying to process everything that was going on around me, because during senior year you already have so many things going on, and if you don't know what you're gonna do or where you're gonna go yet, that's just more stacked on top of it. So definitely just reach out to those around you. Other people can't make the decision for you, but they can help you figure out what you truly want for yourself and help you enlighten the situation for yourself. How often will I come home? The nice part about the University of Iowa is that it's only about an hour and a half away from my house. So realistically, if I get done with my class on a Friday afternoon, or really any afternoon, I get done at like 3 p.m., I could drive home and have dinner with my family, like literally any day I wanted to, and then drive back up and be there for class in the morning. So I'm definitely going to be coming home for weekends, but if I'm homesick, much more than that, honestly. I'm really excited that I do live so close to home. I'm definitely fortunate for that. So I'm definitely going to take those opportunities to come home, stay close with my family and see my family, because they are the most important people in my life. So, and my friends and my godparents and everybody like that. I'm just excited that I can still maintain that close relationship with everyone. Do I know a lot of people going to the University of Iowa? I do. It's one of the 3 state schools in Iowa, so a lot of people from my high school are going there. I wouldn't say I'm like best friends with a lot of them. I'm close with some of them, and I'm sure that we will maintain a friendship there, and you know, but I'm definitely really excited to make a lot of new connections when I get there, because I feel like college is kind of your opportunity to step out of your comfort zone, create a new you. It's a chance to start over. I personally am excited to take advantage of that. So, okay, here is some of my advice for you juniors or seniors that are going to be starting to think about college soon. My first piece of advice would be to go on college visits, not just during your senior year, you know, go towards the end of your junior year, going over the summer. Go on college visits, because if you actually visit the campus, you'll get a feel of what it's like to be a student there. If you're like me as well, you'll also go there and be like, I don't like this campus, or you'll be like, oh my gosh, this campus is beautiful. That's something that I definitely wish I did more of, was go on college visits. That would be something I would definitely recommend. Number 2 is that you do not need to be decided on what college or path you want to take after high school right away during your senior year. There were some people in my school who knew that they were going to be going to the University of Iowa their freshman year, and that is okay. Like, happy for them. They kind of already had their life figured out, but I did not. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and towards the beginning of the year, I thought that I was going to be bringing a long-distance relationship to college. Didn't end up happening, but it kind of threw me for a loop when that wasn't something I was going to have to think about anymore. You actually have so much time and so many resources around you to help you get recruited or start the application processes. And whether you know it or not, almost everyone around you is going through those same like panic, overwhelmed, what am I gonna do feelings as well. So take your time. Do what feels right in the moment. Take baby steps if that's what's needed for you. Take leaps if that's what's needed for you. You will end up where you are supposed to be. My third piece of advice is save yourself some stress. That kind of goes along with take baby steps or take big leaps. Do what's right for you. I could have applied to tons of other schools if I really wanted to, but I didn't because it was so stressful for me. And that helped me realize, like, hey, you don't want to be stressed out in college, so let's go with something that's not gonna cause you a whole bunch of stress in college. There is gonna be a little bit of stress that comes along with this process just because it's such a momentous event in your life, but just remember you're doing this for you, and mental and physical health is important. So, number 4 is be open to new things. Stepping into college is definitely uncomfortable for a lot of people, and there's a reason for that. But there's definitely opportunity for great friendships and great experiences that come along with stepping out of your comfort zone and trying something new. Like I said, I grew up in a cyclone family, so going to Iowa was never really something I saw myself doing, but I'm really glad that I am where I am right now. And my 5th and final piece of advice is go with your gut. At the end of the day, you're gonna know what's gonna be best for you, not your parents, not your siblings, not your friends. You know what's best for you and what's gonna make you happiest. So just go with your gut, trust your instincts, and like I said, you'll end up where you're supposed to be. Okay, that is the end of my college chat. Thank you guys for being interested and listening to what I have to say about my college experience, and also giving you guys some advice for yours if that's coming soon in the future for you. If you guys want to tag along for my college journey in the future, definitely subscribe and stay tuned for more content. I already have a college playlist started where I'm showing you guys everything I'm getting from my dorm room, so if that's of interest, go check it out. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!